Alright YouTube, I'm finally back with another DIY for you guys. Today I'll be building a power rack for my new home gym. I've just converted my old workshop into a garage gym, so I have a lot more space. I'll be posting a video about the new home gym. I'll post that in a few days after this video. I'll be making the power rack out of 2x4s, already cut all the wood. The power rack will also be prepared to have a pulley system for lat pull downs, tricep push downs, all that. I'm not going to attach that today. I'm still figuring out all the things that I need to it, but overall I've made space for it, and that space is also supporting and reinforcing the entire rack. As something new, I've already made a cut list for you guys and made the drawings. So all the wood that I've used is 2x4s, and I got the dimensions down here. I'll walk through it just in a second. It's going to be a power rack with approximately 1 meter of space for the squat inside, and the other side back end here is for the pulley system, and it's 55 centimeters wide inside, and one Olympic plate is 45 centimeters. So I plan on using plates for it instead of my old one where I used concrete blocks. This one I'm going to use plates. So there's 10 centimeters of space, 5 centimeters on each side. And then there'll be a pulley system up here one day. That's for another video, but I've prepared it. Then I have a cross beam here to reinforce this part of the leg. This is where I'll be lifting all the heavy weights. And as I did with my old squat rack, I reinforced that on the inside, and that worked out really well, and I've had a lot of weight on it, so I'm pretty sure this is going to hold a lot of weight as well. Seen from the end out here, on the outside it's going to be 1.24 meters, 180 centimeters high. I'm just going to put this down, and there's a reason for that. As you can see, I'm basically almost touching the ceiling. I'm 177, and in here the ceiling is a little angled, so 180 is the maximum height that I have here. So it's going to be a low ceiling power rack. I won't be able to do pull-ups on it, but that's also one of the reasons why I want a pretty solid pulley system, so that I could do lat pull downs. And from my previous video, the pull-up bar is just outside the door, so I'm still able to do pull-ups, but I guess in the winter time when it's really cold, I'm gonna do lat pull downs, rows, and whatever that trains my back. So coming back to the cut list, as you can see, I already cut all the wood. I have 6 lengths being, and this is in millimeters, and a 2x4 in my area is not exactly a 2x4. I don't know about America, but here in Scandinavia, the one I have is 45 by 95 millimeters. And if it should be a real one, it should be like 51 or something and 102. So a little less, but we call it a 2x4 anyway. The length, this is the legs, 1755 going here. 6 of those, and plus 1 layer of 2x4 turns into 180 or 1800 millimeters. Then I have 4 pieces of 1685 millimeters. It's going to be top and bottom each side. Got here and up on top. 2 pieces of 640. That's the bracing. I could easily go for more. That's what I made now. Maybe I'll add 2 more. Then I have 5 pieces of 1240, as you can see here. That's the width. And last, we have the gussets, 8 pieces going here, each corner of the inside of the squat rack. Longest side of that is 382 millimeters. I'm just going to show you the wood. So the gussets, 45-degree angle, the longest side, 382 millimeters. 4 pieces bottom and top, 1685. 5 pieces top and bottom, 1240. 2 pieces of 640 for the reinforcement, And of course, some of the most important things of the power rack is the legs. 6 pieces of 1755. And already made holes for the J-cups, as you can see here, and a little fancy decoration on it. I have 4 of these with holes, and then 2 here for the backside will go all the way into the wall. But I have 4 for J-cups and for safety pins. And I put numbers on it with my laser engraving machine. I've experienced so many times with my old squat rack that didn't have the numbers that I've put in the J-cups in different heights, so the barbell was in an angled position. That's not gonna happen anymore. And it will also be easy with the safety pins coming in with 1 meter of distance, and it's easy to see, okay, it's going to number 7, and so on. You can mark it with a pen if you don't have a laser, but I thought the laser is awesome because then I get the same number in precision on every one of them. Then I drill holes, as usual, with a 28mm spade drill because I'm using 3/4 inch nipple pipes and fittings. I'll get to the J-cup later because it's a little different than the one I used in my first squat rack. Then in 2 of the bottom lengths, those being 1685, I've added 3 holes for band pegs, so they are going to be in the center of the main squat area. So I'll have a few band pegs and holes in the bottom. So let's get started with the builds. As you can see, the power rack is now complete. I've done a few squats. I haven't done a whole lot of testing, but just a few squats in and out, and it works pretty okay. It's not the best power rack in the world, but it's for my garage gym with a low ceiling and it's made of wood. So it's definitely not like a high-end Sorinex or a Rogue power rack, but it will definitely do the job for me, that's for sure. I had to do one little change because I realized that I was hitting my head when I was loading and unloading the bar. Over here I had one of the 1240mm cross members. I had to remove that. It will be one that I have to use eventually for the pulley system when that comes on. That will of course be in the center, but my idea was to use that for one of the pulley wheels. I have to rethink that idea and come up with another solution, either moving it backwards or putting something on top. But for now, it's okay. It works really well. And the gussets shouldn't be any bigger than they are now. I am almost hitting this one closest to the upper hole, which I use for back squats. It's not an issue as long as I'm aware of it. But of course, there could be situations where I have to rack the bar a little faster, so I might have to shorten them a little. I could also put the gussets on the side instead of the inside of the power rack. It's fairly stable despite it's made of wood. Of course, it's not absolutely perfect, and my floor in my old garage here is definitely not in level, so I might have to do some adjustments there. But overall, I'm quite happy with the results. I think I will come with a review together with the garage gym tour. I've been doing a lot of recording while I've been building this new gym, and there's a lot more than you can see here. It's a bit on purpose that you can only see the squat rack and a bit of blue here. There's more to it, and there's also another room. I got more or less all my equipment in here now, and I just need to do 5 small things, and then I'm 99% finished with it. And then I will release a video for you. Already done most of the editing, so it's just those last few things and it's ready for you. So I'll give you a review on the squat rack as well, and if the other video becomes too long, I'll make it in a separate video. Let's take a short close-up look on this power rack. As mentioned, I laser engraved numbers 1 to 20, and they are spaced with 60 millimeters or 6 centimeters. I could have gone with 5 as well. And one of the best things about a power rack is being able to put in safety pins. In this particular case, it's a half-inch pipe, nipple pipe, and I believe it's strong enough for what I will put on it. Then, as I mentioned, I have 3 holes down here for band pegs. I just put one in just to show you. And that's 3/4 inch pipe because that's what I've been using in pretty much all my projects so far. So that's just a reuse. I have a whole lot of these 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters. I guess I have some 30 as well. So I made those based on the experience from my previous squat rack that I had in my indoor gym. In that I put it on in the inside in here, and that really strengthened the legs. Sometimes I could see on a video that when I was racking the bar, I could see the legs wobble a little, and eventually they could break if I was hitting it too hard. Of course, that never happened, luckily. So, but I reinforced it with a piece of wood in there, and this is basically doing the same job. And for me, I think it's most important to have it up here because it will reinforce this area. I don't expect a whole lot of force being put in here. And then this section over here is where the pulley system will be. I haven't got the parts for it. I haven't made a whole lot of drawings for it, but I'm pretty sure this will be sufficient space for the pulley system. Again, 55 centimeters on the inside, and Olympic plate is 45. And of course, the band pegs are good for attaching resistance bands. So in that way I can hook it to my barbell and it will drag me down. And resistance bands can be used in so many different applications. So for the J-cups or the barbell holders, whatever we want to call them, just going to show you what I've done. End cap, threaded end cap, 3/4 inch pipe. On here there's plastic coating to prevent scratching the barbell on the steel, and it also prevents the J-cup from going all the way in. That did happen on my old squat rack when I just started using that 1.5 years ago. And then a wall flange to prevent the barbell from rolling out. Now it's a little different from what I had on my old squat rack. I'll just show you. It was based around this. I'll just put this one on. This is basically what I had on my old squat rack, and it's more stable, but I don't really think it matters in the end, because what matters is that it doesn't go into the squat rack. You have space for your barbell, and your barbell don't roll out, and that does the job. And the one I just showed you that I'll be using on this one does the same job. It's a little more stiff because it's inserted in 2 holes, but also when I made that I had to be very, very precise drilling the holes, otherwise they would be difficult to put in. That's not an issue with only having one. And it's also a cheaper solution because there are less pipe and less fittings. And I've been using this system here on my old squat rack for the past two months, I guess. And it works really well. And it's something I've been thinking about for quite a while. And when I started thinking that, okay, I'm gonna need a power rack, well, I might as well try this out, and it works really well. So just put it in and end cap on the backside, and it stays. The next video will be up in a few days, maybe in a week, but probably not more than that. I am more or less done in here, so I'm really excited to show you everything, even though it's not really a new build for you, but it's still, for me, a big improvement on my gym. And there's gonna be a few more builds that I plan to do within the next month or so. So there'll be videos coming as well. And the main reason why I haven't been uploading that much the last 1.5, maybe 2 months or so, is simply because building this new gym has taken a lot more time than I expected. Sometimes you think, it's gonna take 2-3 days, but actually it ended up taking, I think if we started mid-May and we are in June now, so almost 1.5 months. I haven't been doing things in here every day, but there's been put a lot of work and effort into it. So for me, it's a big thing, and I hope you will enjoy the next video as well. And as I said, there's coming a few more videos shortly after that. So that's it, guys. Make sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. See you soon.